everyone. Hi, hello, how's it going? Happy heckin' Sunday. Welcome to this, our very first episode of our new Dark Matter series, Conspiracy in the Stars. I see y'all out there. Stop. Oh my goodness. Listen. Hold on to your bits. I haven't even told you what you can use them for yet. Listen, I have some things for you. Chill out. Listen. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all those follows and those heckin' sub bombs. But I do have some fun ways y'all can interact with the stream. If you will just give me 2 seconds to explain myself, and then you can feel free to do all these things, whilst also helping these lovely folks around me. With that said, hi, hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. This is our very first episode, Conspiracy in the Stars, episode 1, which I have titled, The Usual Suspects. And my players are just hearing that for the first time. Today I need to go ahead and say thank you to Roll20. We are using them for our dice rolls, and just in general, they are lovely, and a good heckin' resource, and we are part of their Spotlight program, so thank you, Roll20. But the biggest thank you of all goes to heckin' Mage Hand Press, for their wonderful Dark Matter content. If you at any point in time want to put Dark Matter, ! Dark Matter into the chat, you will get a tag to their already successful, already amazing Kickstarter that is going on right now. Please go check it out. They have already taken it past mechs, so that's mechs! Just saying, there's gonna be a whole heckin' set of mech content, an entire, mech storyline for you to go through. It's gonna be so heckin' good. But they are, very, very they're getting close. What are you holding up? Oh, sorry, I thought you were, gonna show us something. I was like...
No. I'm excited because I'm writing the mechs.
I know! I wasn't sure if I should out you or not.
Yeah, nah, go for it. I'm the one who forgot that I was on the Kickstarter in the first place, remember? So, just...
Yeah, there you go.
We have to remind Gabe what he's doing, not he himself.
That's sadly true.
Yep. So, go check out that content. It's happening right now, and they're getting really close, actually, at 200,000. I think they're at about 170,000 right now, around there, and they're getting so close to 200,000, which will give you Roll20 content, which means you don't even have to do all the work I've done for the last few days of pulling in all these information. It'll be available to you in the Roll20. It'll be amazing. There will be maps, there will be tokens, there will be info. It'll be there for you. Highly recommend. Go check it out, support it, and thank you to Mage Hand Press for supporting us and making this show possible. The other way that you can support these lovely folks and get in on the game is by donating with your bits. Listen, I see y'all with that hype train. Wait, let me tell you first. Just wait. Just give me a chance. For $5 or 500 bits, you can take a chance, throw out a random advantage into the world. We'll roll a d4, and one of these lovely folks will get advantage to use whenever they feel like. For $10 or 1,000 bits, you can choose who you want to give advantage to. If someone's been having some bad rolls and you want to help them out, if Roll20 is being mean, and you want to help someone have a pretty cool moment, that is a choice for you. $10 or 1,000 bits, and for 20 or 2,000 bits, you can give someone a nat 20, which means they get to take that scene, they get to take that moment, they get to make it their own and tell us exactly how they are a badass and what they do. So you can do those at any moment. There are links down below, panels kind of explaining it and giving you a chance to do that. At the end of the stream, the money will be split up between the cast to give everyone here heckin' tips for being awesome, for being cool heckin' beans, and for their awesome performances and their wonderful acting and their lovely faces. Don't you want to give these lovely faces bits? Yes, you do. So, with that said, with that bit of a preface, I will quickly say, hi, my name is Jess. This is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that follow button if you haven't already so we can hang out. We do games like this all the time, and this show will be happening for all of August and September on Sundays at 7 heckin' p.m. and you should come here and hang out with us. It's going to be awesome. I am the GM. I'm going to be the one doing inconsistent, terrible voices. Listen, all y'all need to do is pick one voice and stick to it. I'm going to be across the universe with these because I am not good. And it's gonna be a heckin' time. Are you whispering something? Okay, that being said, that's all I need to say about me. That's all you need to know about me. Let's go around and say hi to all these lovely, lovely folks. Please tell us who you are, where we can find you, and who you are playing for the next few weeks in space out in this Conspiracy in the Stars, starting with Latia.
Me! I was muted. Hello, I'm Latia Jaquise. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on Sunday afternoons playing Dahani, Murderbird, in Rivals of Waterdeep on the D&D Twitch channel. Other than that, you can find me running around the internet like a chicken with my head cut off because I'm doing entirely too much these days. I'm the community manager of the D&D Adventurers League. I am a bubble of positivity and kindness and wonderfulness, and I love you all. And for the next 7 weeks, should I say who I am? Or at least my name?
Yeah, say who you are and what you're playing. They might not know yet.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Secrets.
So, for
also
the next...
a murder bird.
Sure. No, reverse murder bird, this one. For the next 7-8-ish weeks, I will be playing Khione, a cleric of the Sun Above, who you may have seen in the Dark Matter one-shot that I did a couple weeks ago. So I'm scaling her back down and we're gonna learn how she got where she was in that one-shot. Yes. I'm done.
Perfect. We're gonna go clockwise around, and I should have told you this order before, but we will stick to this order just so you know, so in the future it'll be easier. Next up in line is Dave! Say hello, Dave.
Hey, everybody. For those that know me, my name is Dave. I go by Day to Dave. Quick intro to me. You can find me on Twitch almost really, if not every day, 7 to 12. Newer to the D&D space, so I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I've been playing a lot of games like Fall Guys, Final Fantasy 14, and just kind of wherever I feel at the moment. And yeah. Oh, the character I'm playing, right. So the character I'm playing goes by Lucian Everdale. He is a half-elf alchemist. And you'll find out the rest. That's all I got.
Perfect. Amazing. Next up we have PB.
Hi, I am PB from PB Plays Inside. I am playing a fun Amoeboid today called Dr. Summer, or at least that's what she says she's called. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I don't really do anything on the internet right now, so just follow me on Twitter if you want to do some, if you want to just hear some me talk about things, I guess.
Yes. Do it. PB honestly, like, is leading our community through Destiny pretty much all the time. So if you ever come here and catch the Destiny stream, if we're doing a raid, PB is putting up with us all learning it. So, perfect. Thank you so much. And last but most certainly not least, Gabe.
Hello, my name is Gabe James Games, Twitch, Twitter, pretty much anywhere else. I am a game designer for both digital and tabletop games. I'm writing for the Kickstarter for Dark Matter on the mech expansion, working on a bunch of other things that I cannot talk about yet, but I also have a couple of shows coming up on the Roll20 channel that I'm excited to, I think, talk about either next week or the week after. So stay tuned for that stuff. And awesome. I'm playing, words are hard. I'm playing Vect, which is he's essentially an android, and he is playing a ranger sniper.
Perfect.
I say he is, like, I'm not going to start speaking in first person. Oh, I give it a minute.
Are you, though? Are you going to start speaking in first person? Because if so... Amazing, amazing. Oh, I'm so excited! Okay. Are you all ready? Let's go. So... if you will. You all received a holo video. So in this moment, you replay the orientation holo video over and over again in your head. You remember it. You recall the strange, how it sort of seemed unusually important. You couldn't even place your finger on why, but it just, there was something special about it. You remember how concerned and somewhat sad the gnome scientist in the video seemed as he stared out through the window into space. His eyes were tired and wide. That gnome is Professor Orryn-TalfoughGogglefogger, an inventor who claims to have found a solution to the verse's biggest problem. Once more, you recall the contents of the video and its every little detail. Professor Orryn fiddles with his rolled up sleeves, lights a cigarette, and turns and looks directly at the holocam. He speaks with a hint of knowing sadness in his voice. That's me, Spacers. And I am in a lot of trouble. Maybe you can help me? Maybe you'll save my life. I hope... No. Now's not the time. Listen, you have to understand. The Talfough Matrix, my prototype, is going to change everything. We'll be able to travel into dark magic zones, dead magic zones, where previously people couldn't before. With your dark matter ships, we'll be able to colonize unexplored planets using magic. We will rewrite the interstellar boundaries. Thing about it is, change is terrifying. Exciting. The possible in the impossible. It brings out the best and the worst in people. You'll see what I mean soon enough. And with that, the holo video ends. And the professor puts out his half-smoked cigarette and reaches with a shaky hand to turn off the camera. So, along with this message, each of you has already been paid a fairly handsome sum in advance. But you have been promised a bonus if you can protect him the entire time he is in public at Port Nomad. So now with this, I want to know, who are the people that received this message? So tell me a little bit about who you are. Let's go in reverse order. Okay.
So, first we have Zect. On Zekt's back, there is what looks to be a large carrying case, probably as tall as he is. He has more of a humanoid look to his android-like figure. There are like the connectors, but the way that he's made doesn't look like everything is necessarily even. It looks like he's a little bit patchwork to an extent. But Zect is often found in bars, and as he approaches the bar, you see him talk to a bartender at the station or such. And outside of the case, pulls out a gigantic microphone, and then will just set it down and starts to sing one of his probably terrible but well known, because he keeps doing it too often, folk songs. Amongst the Stars and Flying Cars is a fan favorite, but it's usually the one that doesn't get him kicked out very often. He's not necessarily very violent to people that know him, but people that don't know him also don't know that he spends a lot of time on rooftops, and he's been hired often, for lack of a better word, as a spy, because people don't necessarily pay attention to the person who's out in the open. Yeah, that's pretty much Zect for now.
Awesome. Perfect. Tell me more about known as Dr. Summer.
So, Dr. Summer spends a lot of her time in the background of the picture. You'll see her a lot looking down into a book, writing things down furiously sometimes. Other times, you might find her chatting up the entire tavern, entire pub, to just people in the street, just seeing what there is to see, hearing stories of people that come and go. If you catch her in a more quiet moment in private, you might see her just talking to her spirits. It's just playing around and being a little bit more playful than normal. She tends to not spend a lot of time in the larger ports, larger towns, anywhere that has a lot of space traffic, I guess you could say. Preferring to go on the outskirts of certain places. I don't know, to avoid people, maybe. Maybe she just doesn't like crowds. Honestly, it's a little hard to tell sometimes with Dr. Summer, because honestly, you might turn around and she might look different. So the one thing that stays consistent is really her gradient. Dr. Summer being an amoeboid, it has a globular humanoid form, but from top to bottom, she has a gradient of a pastel rainbow, you could say, starting from red going down to blue. And yeah, she just spends her time looking at books, at least to the public's eye, and hanging out with her spirits in more relatively privacy, because some people don't like binders in this world. But that's really who Dr. Summer is, at least so far.
So far. I like it. Let's see. Tell me more about Lucian.
Well, Lucian Everdale, the half-elf alchemist. You can either find him carrying a bomb dangerously, seeing what'll happen, or carrying a potion. He always is adventuring around, tinkering, mixing up mixtures. For example, you may find him with a bomb. He tosses it and say, I hope this smells nice, but it explodes. Figuring out what'll happen and what can happen is the way he's about. The scientific method describes him because this either will or will not work. This will help me out or it won't. But his ultimate goal is being someone with no magic capabilities, but coming from such a prestigious family of magicians, witches, warlocks, evokers, he's the only one that came out this way. So if I can't use magic, I'll create it by my own means. And hopefully one day I'll crack the code of giving magic to someone magicless. So I will try every trial and error and just see what happens. And maybe we'll find it out by mistake. He's pretty intelligent, not that wise, because, if it gets you a good piece of material, he'll do what he needs to for it. But he's an adventurer at heart.
Oh my god. I love it. That's so good. Ah, amazing. And I'd like to hear a little bit about Khione, please.
Khione. This is the first time that Khione is going to do a thing by herself. Previously, she's only left her home as an assistant to a much more knowledgeable cleric, or as an interpreter for the various, for lack of a better word, missionary trips that the Avia-Ra do to lesser known planets and civilizations, spreading the word of the sun above. But when the holo video for Dr. Gogglefogger's mission came on, they decided that this was going to be the thing that proved her mettle. Because if his invention works as planned, colonizing new planets means new followers for the sun above. So it is an opportunity for her to show what she's learned throughout her adventures and spread the good word as it is. But she's going for another reason that may become known as we play.
Amazing.
We all sound
amazing.
real sneaky.
I mean, you're in a game called Conspiracy in the Stars.
All right, you got me there.
Yeah.
The conspiracy is the friends we made along the way.
I mean, consider the man's name is Gogglefogger. I'm not surprised it's the conspiracy.
I read it for the first time and I thought it said Google Fogger, and I'm like, oh.
Amazing. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. So you all received this request from Professor Gogg. Everyone's saying it now, so now I'm just like, Professor Gogglefogger. I did not make up that name, okay? That's the official name that is canon in this book.
Love it.
Yes. You all received that message several weeks ago, and you've traveled from across the verse, and you find yourself here at the Star Swill Bar. It is a seedy joint in Port Nomad, which is already itself on the edge of the galaxy. At one end of the bar is a dimly lit, empty marble stage with a piano set up against the back wall. The bar is fairly populated at the moment, but it's not overcrowded. There are a variety of individuals from all over the verse. People from all sorts of cultures have gathered together for any number of reasons why they might want to witness this presentation. In front of the stage, there are a row of seats that have been set out specifically for this event. Beyond the seats, there are a row of dark booths. There are some that are lit, and some better for whispered conversations. There are several round tables that have been set out, and it actually almost appears as if they would take up more of the floor normally, but have been cleared out somewhat to make room for the seats in front of the stage for this presentation. One of them still remains set up with all its gaming equipment. As you can tell, this bar is often used for gambling. There are a few people sitting directly up at the bar itself, drinking, talking, and others take the opportunity to still gamble their credit away. The bar of the Star Swill has a long metal top, and behind it there are several bartenders that work hard to keep up with the demand of the clientele. Beside the window, there's a large window that looks beside the bar. There is a large window that looks out into the vastness of outer space. So, where are each of you in this bar? And what are you currently doing? Does anyone want to volunteer?
I will. Now, Khione is probably sitting at the bar closest to the window, nursing probably the least alcoholic thing that they sell. And even then, she probably asked for it to be watered down. She's going over, like, if anybody were to, like, glance over her shoulder, like, she's got a very small notebook that has, it's basically like a translator's, like, not a translator's guide, but it's in her own handwriting. And you can see that there's probably some Celestial written in there, some Rothian written in there, just like little phrases and things that she has kind of picked up as she's traveled, and she's just kind of like going over it all in her head and wondering if any of it will be needed during this venture.
I'm going to say that based on where you're seated, you see a large nautilid staring out the window. And for those that don't know, the Nautilid are a aquatic-based life form who have lost their planet. And so they have to move around the universe in large suits. Think Big Daddies from, gosh, why am I blanking? Bioshock. I was gonna say Fallout, and it's not Fallout. From Bioshock. These large mechanical suits that can, that are filled with liquid, actually, that they then control from within. And this large figure seems to be staring out the window and not really paying attention to what's happening inside the bar. So, who's next?
Sure. I'll go on next. All right. Well, Lucian is sitting at a bar table alone, has a couple vials on it. He's just taking notes. And then the fourth person of the night comes up to him and says, "Hey, what are you doing? This is a bar." And I said, "Science." So to continue to write in my notes, they said, "Oh, okay, that's cool. You must not be from here. Is there, can you care to explain what you're doing?" "No, I'm good." So continues going on. The bartender gives him a couple drinks, and this person comes back again and said, "Do you mind sharing them?" It's like, "Yeah, sure, that's a great idea." Takes his drinks, pours it in the vial. No reaction. All right, so writing it down, the person decides to leave. This has been the majority of his interactions for the night, where people are interested in what he's doing, but he has other things pressing on his mind. So as he continues to draft, draw, and learn as he awaits his time in the bar.
Amazing. I love it. Sorry, I was laughing at what chat wrote about Lucian. Yeah, I love it. Doesn't drink the drinks, he tests them. I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, so then closest to you, there are some bartenders kind of running around. There aren't even that many people here, and yet they seem very busy. And there are two other figures kind of that would be near you, near the bar. There is a large Avia-Ra, which are the bird folk. And they seem to be dressed up like a soldier or a guard. They seem to be observing everything. But also they are actually having some drinks as well. And there is a tall, slender high elf woman that seems very noble, is in this regal dress, and is kind of sipping this bright blue bubbly drink and kind of like just chuckling to herself and looking around amused at everything. Oop. Oh no. Who did we lose? Well, gosh dang. We lost to Gabe.
Oh no!
He'll be back soon.
Hopefully he'll be back in a second. I actually built a screen to be down one person, and it...
Storm, the Wi-Fi crashed. She said, "Be right back."
Okay, no worries. While that's happening, actually, then, we did get a donation for a random dice roll. So, who wants to roll a d4? We'll go by where everyone is on screen. Initially, not in this halvesies moment. So we'll say, Latia, you're 1, Dave, you're 2. We'll just continue in clockwise since that's what we've been doing. So PB, you're 3, and Gabe will be 4.
I have one handy, so I can do it.
Do it.
1. I swear, it's a 1.
Are you? Oh my goodness. 1 second. So that means you have an advantage to use.
Ooh. It's okay. We will get Gabe back. Mm-hmm. He had to exit the bar real quick.
Yeah. He had to pull a dramatic maneuver.
Mm-hmm. he got a really quick holo video. He needed to go onto the roof of the bar and shoot someone. But he'll be right back.
I'm sure it's fine. I'll take this moment to remind you, Dark Matter will take you to the heckin' Kickstarter of our wonderful, wonderful, lovely sponsors. You can check them out, support them, and all that they're doing. And also, technology is a trip. Yeah, I know. And it's funny because I usually keep a spare screen that's like a one-person down screen. But Streamlabs kind of tricked me and just made a copy of the 5-person screen instead. So
How dare it?
Nice.
yeah, I know. I'll have it fixed for next time, I promise. This is what first episodes are for. This is the sort of thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
We're troubleshooting as we go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm also gonna do exclamation point DM cast at any point in time finds you all these heckin' lovely people. Go find them and all they do and go support them for being awesome. Because I said so. Do it. Heck yeah. Yeah, yeah. All these cool beans.
I
It
am a
is.
bean.
Perfect.
Can chat hear this dope music? This
Chat,
dope
can you
track
hear
in
the dope
background?
music?
Yeah, can you? It is very dope.
Like, I have been into it.
Right? Like just going in the back, it's like, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm into it.
I'm glad because it's on loop, so I would worry that it,
No, it's a real good loop. Like it gets
Yeah.
lost. It gets
Mhm.
lost back there, and it's not like overly, like I'm gonna enjoy it. Like it's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm hearing this for the 15,000th time.
yeah.
I mean, this time we have to be on like 20 loops, and I'm still into it.
Right.
I'm really into it.
smooth. Yeah.
Like,
That's. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like I said, it gets lost, and then when it comes back, it's like, oh, you're still there. You're still groovy. All right, cool.
But it's like I can tune in and out of it. I'm just like, hell
Mm.
yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's the sign of a good, like, looping track is that you kind of like lose where it even starts and finishes. It kind of just like continues and it's. Oh, it literally, Kevin, as you said, Knick-Knack, as you said that, it literally stopped. So, to be fair, you caught it at the end. Someone was like, I don't hear it. Well, it literally stopped. I can turn it up a tiny smidgey for you all. Let me know if that works. Do.
I appreciate that we're starting in the CD bar.
It
It feels wholly appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, and now y'all have time to think about all these shady characters I'm telling you about that you can go...
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was gonna
friends!
do.
What am I saying? Not shady characters, future friends. Possible allies. Maybe question mark eyebrow raise?
Right for the smoochin'. Smooch 'em all.
Yes.
They are smooch friends.
Anyone is a possible smooch friend.
Everyone's a possible smooch friend.
I mean, that's not entirely... It's until, you know, you can always ask nicely.
Exactly.
Not everyone will want a smooch, and that's fine, and you respect that, but you can always... Hey, are you a smooch friend?
Would you like to be a smooch friend?
Would you like to be a smooch friend? I'm writing this down.
This is the
for later.
secret code in my world that I'm giving you all right now. This is the question you can go up and ask any of the NPCs.
It's my opener now.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Do you have a smooch friend, and would you like to be mine?
Smooth words. I'm here for it. Oh,
Like,
there
oh,
we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Just gonna do.
That was the worst.
I'm so. Are you
Welcome
okay?
back.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
no, I'm
back.
fine. It's just that lightning and technology don't always like each other.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I was literally worried about that because we have like thunderstorm warnings here, and I was like, dear gosh, what are the chances? What are the chances that we go to play our first game and I get lightninged. But no, it was you! Congratulations! You won. See what happens. You worry about it for yourself, and instead it's...
Oh, PB, you get to be Gabe. I'm sorry. There's a whole bunch of work that comes with that.
Oh,
I'm moving y'all around.
Oh, no.
Give me 2 seconds.
I'm doing the exact same.
No, you are me now, Dave. Dave, you are me,
Hey, I'm here for it.
and I'm PB.
Now I can ask the smooch friend
Hey.
questions, people.
Wait, what?
I practiced for this one.
What did I miss?
You missed some things. You missed some things.
Just a couple.
It's
every-
don't worry.
Every NPC is a potential smooch friend. That's all. That's the only thing that you need to worry yourself about.
Yep, there we go.
On 5 seconds, the people are, as long as you're not kissing Dr. Gloop or something.
I mean, who's to say? Who's to say?
Look,
Opportunities.
Dr. Goofle might, get it, So
We have already forgotten and
I
butchered
really
his
did.
name.
I really did forget. Like, that's not a bit.
Dr. Google Gobber.
Stop it. Are you, is that
I don't
actually his name?
I don't know what it is.
No, it's Googlefogger.
Gogglefogger.
There it is. There.
It's two things. It's goggles and fog, and then you smash them together. Listen, y'all take this up with Mage Hand Press, okay?
Gonna have some words with them.
Gogglefogger. It's basically a game of telephone.
It's like, that's not my name.
Professor Orryn, okay? Professor Orryn. Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's way
Yeah.
easier.
I mean, it's you're using a first name at that point, but that's fine. Just do it, or just I guess
Professor Orryn Gogglefogger, like
It's fine. Everything's
Gogglefogger. You didn't even say it right, PB.
no. Honestly, it's like take a drink. If I ever say it correctly, that's your drinking game.
I feel like I'm cursing saying his name.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I feel like I said a bad word. Oh, man.
Foggle Goggle is the cousin. Waffle Stomper. Goldfish Frogger. Thank you all of chat for this.
Mm-hmm.
I expect y'all to go out and tweet us a list of these names, okay? I'm just telling you right now, go out and do it. Also, Gabe, while you were gone, Latia gave herself advantage.
What? Are you flirting?
Yes, no. Somebody donated, and I rolled myself.
Oh, yeah, you sure you did. Because you want to flirt with Dr. Gibble Gobble.
This is
I'll
already
be the
my
first- I'll be
favorite
the
game.
first.
Thank you. This is the whole game. This is it. This is...
I would not be shocked if Latia saved that advantage literally until the moment we met him to be like, so can I charm him and tell him I want to be his first patient? I'm going to use that advantage. Like 3 sessions in that long game.
I was about to try and have a
You would
drink.
think that.
Sorry.
I would like to be, the smooch friend. Can I roll for smooch friend?
Do you know me at all? Oh my
You
god.
have to go and say hello to them first. Gosh dang.
There are rules.
There are rules. Gosh darn it.
Okay. So, recap. We're bringing this all back in. Oh, goodness gracious. Khione is sitting closest to the big window that looks out into space, and there's a sad-looking Nautilid also looking out into space. At the bar, Lucian is everyone's buying Lucian drinks, and Lucian is throwing them back into potion bottles. And we acknowledge that also sitting at the bar is a very stern-looking, heavily armored Avia-Ra and a high elf noble woman, very fancily dressed, drinking a floofy drink, like a blue bubbly, probably has umbrellas in it, and looking around the bar and grinning to herself. We have 2 more characters that need to be introduced, please. Who are you? What you doing?
Are we on a station or is the Like
Yeah,
the
you're-
bar. Like okay.
The bar is in like a floating station that's literally on the edge of the galaxy. It is called Port Nomad because it is so far removed from everything. Stuff does happen here, but usually specifically because they want it to be fairly far removed.
What's the lighting like outside?
Outside in space?
No, outside the bar. In like the station, like does it have like kind of like a day night? Is there like
Yeah,
Is there
there's a whole city that y'all have not had a chance to explore yet. It's like a huge floating kind of like asteroid type thing. And there is a massive city in here, and this bar is seedy, but it's the nicest bar on this asteroid. And it's, like I said, it has this sort of setup that is actually suitable to a presentation. It has a stage typically reserved for music, but currently you see that it actually has like a table set up with a bunch of things in it. I'll give y'all, I was gonna wait until y'all walked around the bar, but I'll give you this one for free. There's the well-lit booths, there's dark booths. In one of the well-lit booth is Professor Orryn. Professor Orryn. And 2 assistants. So Professor Orryn is a gnome. You've already seen this in the in your holovid. Is preparing. And the two assistants, one is human, one is half orc, and they seem excited, but also a little bit cautious. They're kind of like looking around. They're looking over at the work and like always about to like say something, and Professor Orryn's like no, like busy with his stuff. But yeah, the stage is set up, ready for a presentation. You can see. So there are game tables, there are booths, there are seats in front of the stage, there's a bar, there's a big window out into space.
I think Zion is sitting in one of the darker lit booths, and he does have almost like an array of dreadlocks going down in a mohawk, but they're actually cords, and you do see him have like a hollow device in his hands, and the cords are plugging into the side, and it's like scanning through different target bounties. And then he'll probably see one that looks like it's a giant creature.
No, that one seems boring. No, that one seems lame. That one's a singer. Now that'll be a song. No, another day.
And he'll probably just keep going, like scrolling through, and every now and then like checking the faces in the bar to see if anyone from the list is in the bar, to see if it'll be a quick, easy job.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to say, from where you are and where you are scanning, probably with a bit of space between you, because they definitely are doing their own thing. They're also in a bit of a dark space. They also are kind of like in one of the darker booths. You see 3 halflings, 2 that look near identical in white suits, and 1 that is sitting a little bit separately from them in a darker suit, a little more shady, kind of leaning back, a bit of a hat coming down, covering his face a little bit. They seem to all, well, the 2 in light suits seem to be talking, and the 1 in the dark suit seems to just mostly be observing. And then standing at the edge of their booth is a very large, heavily armored, gun in hand, half-orc guard. Roll me... Roll me history?
This Gabe?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
you.
no. I don't know if I'm good at that one. He's dangerous. I didn't say he was smart. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, not bad, not
Oh,
bad.
what?
Oh, that's a net 20.
What? Okay.
Critical
Well.
6 for 22. Let's go. Off the bat.
Yeah.
That happened in the last game of D&D I played too. And then I rolled a nat 1 and then I rolled a nat 20. It was just a great stream of chaos.
Amazing. Okay. Well, so you recognize this half-orc as Tiberius Vinter, who is known as one of the most expensive for-hire guards. They are well known for their success of jobs. They can only be convinced to do... Normally, they can only be convinced to do things if they're honorable. But with enough money, they can be asked to guard pretty much anyone. And you see that they are here guarding the 3 halflings at this table.
I suppose that means killing them is probably off the table. But if we go... Well, no, wait. Halfling. Gogglefogger. Said it right that time. That means Gogglefogger has money.
And then he just starts looking at Gogglefogger and there's like that like that awkward grin on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He sold.
One thing. Gogglefogger is a gnome.
Oh, wait. Then...
So Gogglefogger is sitting in a well-lit booth. So similarly, but kind of opposite side.
So those 3 gnomes be...
These are 3 halflings.
Oh, halflings. Oh.
2 in like white power suits and 1 in like a dark suit. And they are being... Yes. But you do absolutely get that they are money. Like, yes. Accurate. Yes.
Now I'm scared. That's horrifying.
Perfect. Yes. So... Correct. And yeah, you definitely are at least 1 booth away from them, because you know that Tiberius Vinter, this guard, would not have allowed you to sit immediately next to them.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And so yeah, Tiberius Vinter is the one you would recognize. He's actually the High Lord Marshal of a group called the Coalition.
Oh, that's not great. Okay.
So-
And so... Yeah, that's not great at all. I hate that, actually. Cool. He's going to sit and stay quiet, and then he doesn't really need to drink or eat, but he's going to order something so that he can pretend to look normal.
Smart. I like it. Perfect. Okay. So, Dr. Summer.
I'm not going to smooch them, Jace.
Damn it. You have to
sure
warn me
about that.
before I laugh really
No, I'm
loud. Stop it.
It's the best
Bad
part.
audio from me. I'm so sorry.
It's great audio. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Dr. Summer is sitting at the bar, wearing darker clothes, and also just some runes and symbols are littering whatever visible quote-unquote skin is on show. They are somewhere in between just trying to keep to themselves and then being unable to not speak to the more interesting characters in this bar. You'll see them like do like 1 take, 2 take, 3 take, like half a 4 take, and then they're like no, and then they just get up and go walk and talk to the person. So they've probably just saw someone looking sad and being like, oh man, they're sad. It's not my business, but they're sad. What are they sad? No, it's not my business. But like, what if it's like really cool? No. All right, I'm gonna go ask them why they're sad. And they're just keep doing that. They'll go talk to the person and try to figure out, what's up. And if once that's like been satiated, they'll just go back and be like, no, we sit at this bar and we drink until we do the job. It's like, but like, I want to know. I can't help it. I need to know. And somewhere inside their mind, they're just like, oh, I shouldn't have picked this one today. This is a bad idea. But then another small voice says, this is a great idea.
Amazing. Okay, well, since you are people watching, then I'm going to say, I mean, obviously, you were looking for sad people, so you notice the Nautilid looking sadly out the window. You also notice sitting already in the seats in front of the stage, where like the rest of the seats are empty, there's just an Amoeboid sitting by themselves with like a data pad in their lap and kind of like sitting looking like interested at the stage, almost like they're waiting for the talk to start. And then a little bit further back where there are still sort of these larger round tables, which you can pretty much immediately guess, like this bar is probably usually filled with more of these normally, but has been changed for this presentation to have those seats at the front. Sitting at the only table that is still dressed up for gambling and gaming, there is a beautiful, lovely human woman, red hair, red dress, that is not leaving anywhere to hide any weapons, and playing with a very grumpy looking old dwarf. She is smiling and laughing, and he's kind of like grumbling at the table, and there's like a robotic dealer dealing them in. So that's, in your observations, what you sort of see. I would like to know, do you continue to sit alone, or are you convinced to check anything out?
Oh, there is a sad boy Nautilus at a window that I just cannot stop thinking about. I absolutely need to go over there.
Okay. So, as you approach near the end of the bar, you also see Khione. Khione, sorry, I keep doing that. Who is at that end of the bar right by the window. And then down the bar, you see a fancy high elf woman, a half elf mixing drinks on the other side of the bar. What are they doing over there? And then another Avia-Ra kind of near the end, closest to the door, almost watching the whole scenario. But the Nautilid in particular is definitely just, yeah, staring out into the void almost, like just kind of.
Well, I pop around, and much more quietly than I think anyone in the bar really expects, considering how non-sneaky I'm attempting to be. Honestly, it's almost like an excited child going over and be like, hi, how are you doing?
You hear a very soft feminine voice answer, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm sorry, did you say something? I was a little bit distracted.
I was just introducing myself. Hello, I'm Dr. Summer, and I was asking how you were doing.
Oh, hi, Dr. Summer. I'm Captain Lysandra. Are you here for this presentation as well?
Absolutely. It sounds like a very interesting presentation about to be shown.
Yeah, Yes. Interesting. And like, even though she doesn't have a face with typical characteristics, you can almost see her getting lost again as you bring up this presentation, and she seems to think about what it might mean.
Are you thinking about the implications of dark matter travel?
Well, not so much the dark matter travel. Well, do you really think that this is... Do you think he's honest? Do you think he can actually do it? Because if we can enter into the dead magic zones, a lot of us have lost homes out there.
I think, in theory, it has been possible for a long time, and we're just starting to get to a point where we can make it happen. And I think even if Dr. Gogglefogger doesn't have the answers right now, I believe that within the next couple of years, the answers will show themselves. If anything, I think this may be a catalyst to what can be done.
Wow. You're really optimistic. And I'd like to feel that way as well. I'm not sure that I do, though.
I would say it's less optimism, more years of study. Once you've heard enough conversations between professors and intellects and academics, a lot of the things that seemed impossible really begin to enter the realm of possibility. I mean, once there were people who said, I wouldn't even be here in this place from my home planet, but here we are.
Roll me something charisma based. Persuasion, perhaps?
Roll me charisma. Persuasion. How am I think persuasion for this one? Me reading, fast reading. No,
You're reading through all your abilities?
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, read through this.
Also, Khione, I would say that you're close enough that you can hear this.
Yeah, I think at this point I may have I'm looking up from my book and just kind of like I've turned my head towards the conversation, not so much in it, but this sounds fascinating.
Is it
Okay.
Marvel roll? What's happened to okay roll?
Yeah, you were close, I'm gonna say, but you see her kind of look back at the window and attempt to almost like, you know, there's like a little bit of condensation and almost appear to like want to like wipe it away to look back outside, but it almost just kind of scuffs the window further in this big metallic body, and she just kind of like nods. Yeah, I think I could see it being possible. I just still have my reservations.
It is good to be skeptical. Otherwise, you would fall for anything. Well, I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Yes, you as well. It was nice to meet you, Dr. Summer.
It was nice to meet you also. And with that, I turn away because my curiosity satiated.
Done.
Done. I know why they're sad now.
Okay. Perfect. Let's move further down the bar then to where Lucian is. And where I know people were buying you drinks, but the bartenders are now like, aren't you here with Professor Gogglefogger, maybe, and starts pulling an alcoholic drink back. Like, I think, I might get in trouble if, the person guarding the most important person here gets inebriated, so I'm just gonna...
But my bottles, they're the only thing that get inebriated. Not me, but I guess I understand. He starts to pack up his materials and tools. Right, I came here for a purpose. Have you seen him around? I haven't even looked at this place. I've been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's right there in the booth, and points you towards where Professor Orryn, because I don't trust all y'all, is with 2 assistants.
All right, thank you very much. He packs up, grabs his little backpack, looking like someone in school, and walks on over to Professor Gogglefogger and continues to go that way.
I think at this point, Khione is following Dr. Summer with her eyes, and you will enter her vision as this conversation is happening. And as you pack up, she's gonna pack up her little book also, and sidle up to you and it's like, "Did you get the holo video too? Are you here for Professor Orryn as well?"
Oh, yes. I didn't even realize you were next to me. Hi. Yeah, I'm Lucian. Yeah, I got one of those. Hi. You too?
Yeah. I was actually sitting further down the bar, but you seem to be super engrossed. I don't think you would have noticed if this place caught fire, which is kind of bad if you're supposed to be guarding somebody. So
but it would be interesting to see.
Sure.
He's got you there. I was really trying to keep it in, but that was the best line that could have followed.
Right. Okay. But if you're going, I'm going to go also. So just because I haven't introduced myself yet, and I would like to do that. Hi, I'm Khione.
Nice to meet you.
And Khione is so the Avia-Ra, they are bird people. They're not quite Aarakocra. They are human bodies with bird heads. So it's like a peregrine falcon head, like brownish feathers, and a severe looking jaw, but not as severe looking eyes. Her eyes are very friendly. And she's wearing dark bluish sort of robes with a bright sun on the back. That would be so there's an ankh on the back of her cloak, and the sun is where the hole in the ankh would be. And she's wearing that over just some very basic clothes. But yeah, she almost grabs your arm, arm in arm, to go walk over to this guy, but she just barely stops herself. And she's like, yeah, so I've never been here before, but I've just, this seemed really fascinating. And this is the first time that I've been away from home by myself, so I'm really, really excited.
Oh, I'm glad to hear. I can't wait to find out more about what Professor Gogglefogger has going on, actually. Do you have any clue or any idea?
No, just the idea that there are parts of the galaxy and of the void that can be recolonized or colonized anew is absolutely just the just the implications of it, all these people who don't have places to go, and people who kind of want to carve in. Yes.
That sounds great to me. Well, why don't we go on over and speak to him? Why don't we learn a little bit?
I'm trying to keep it hushed, but Gabe.
Look, I'm just saying.
No, this is a very good point. I'm gonna say something for the benefit of the stream who can't see the Zoom chat.
No, I'll say it. I literally said, "Are y'all having this discussion about his work in a shady ass bar?"
So
this is Khione's first time away from home. She doesn't know what shady is.
Oh no, this child, go home.
Oh,
It was just like, we'll work it out.
So you are close enough to hear this. Would Zion like hearing them talk about?
He's gonna stand up, walk over, and he's wearing very like almost like English kind of vest, plain black pants with lapels, and walks over and like leans in with a friendly face, and the eyes do that kind of like it is eyes, but they kind of like do that thing like machines where they blink almost, but like that, like they're basically just LEDs on it.
Hello, friends. Maybe don't talk about something so dire when there's plenty of people, including 3 small ones with a bodyguard who is one of the most expensive that I have ever heard of.
Oh yeah, we are bodyguards. I forgot to say that. Well, glad we established that. We should keep that low. We were hired for this. Right. I'll write that down.
Oh
Got
God,
it.
Are
I'm
you-
dead.
Are you one of Professor Orryn's guards too?
Yes.
Sounds great to me.
Are you lying to me?
And I'm just gonna walk over with the like walk over to Professor Orryn. While trying to keep a side eye on Vinter.
That's smart. Smart. Okay. Y'all just. So yeah. So if you make your way over, you will see Professor Orryn-TalfoughGogglefogger in his booth, surrounded by notes, and there's actually like also some like mechanical stuff here, and it matches some of the mechanical stuff that's kind of up on the stage, and then sitting kind of closer to the edge of the booth, and then kind of making sure, you know, when he moves too quickly and almost knocks a drink over his notes, you know, his assistants are there to like grab it, and as you approach, I would say that they notice you, and he does not. He is very enthralled in his work. So yeah, there's a petite sort of human woman and an androgynous half orc who addresses you. Can we help you? There's something you need? And they look back to the professor and then back at all of you. There's a lot of you.
I will turn and look at Lucian and say, I think I may have said too much. Maybe you should say things this time.
Oh, hello there. I'm just chiming back in. What was the topic at hand?
You are approaching us, and did you need something? Oh, were you bringing us more drinks?
I would like some more. They cut me off a bit earlier, though.
Oh, did you?
Yes. What would you like to order?
Oh. Thank you. And like as they look over at you, they look back and like grab a half full cup away from the professor and put it down. I think the professor usually likes a tea when he's working, this sort of sparkly thing, probably not the best. But Josie and I will take another round of space daiquiris.
Excellent.
And then I'm gonna pick up the cup, and the alcohol that I drank earlier, I kind of just want to filter it out of my finger and then pour it into the cups. I'm not a bartender. I'm a bodyguard.
Oh, well, why didn't you? And then at this note, like when you say this, Professor Orryn looks up. Oh, yes, hello. Are you? I ordered another one. Is there?
Are you
one,
still talking about
2,
drinks?
3? No. My dear boy, did you not just say, and like looks around, you are the bodyguards I hired? I ordered 4.
And at that point, Zion like looks over to the other two.
And by this point, Lucian pulls out his backpack. He was already working on a little concoction. Did you all save for our drinks? I made my favorite.
Nope. Gabe is scared. That's why I'm a robot. I prepared for this.
I wasn't
What?
sure if we were supposed to actually like say that though. So yeah.
Well,
I'm one, and he's one, and he's one. I think. And I don't know.
one more. Well, that's all right. My dear, yes, I think it is fairly well known that what I am doing here is somewhat dangerous. As you all received in my missive, I am about to make the announcement that will change the verse. And so, I actually chose this location, if you can't tell. Sir Helio-Horus over there, and points to the very stern-looking, very armored guard Avia-Ra that was at the end of the bar, kind of guarding the door and watching the bar and everything like that. Sir Helio-Horus is known for no nonsense and will not... So that this, in theory, should already be a relatively safe location. But, you know, one person, best I deal in science and facts, and the more numbers you have in your favor, the better, I find. So, you see, I thought a few more wouldn't hurt. I appreciate you all for being here, but I do need to get back to my notes. If you could go ahead and guard, you know, as I don't know who it is that might have it out for me. So if you could all do that part, making sure this is safe and secure, that is what I really need. And also I'm going to get back to my work now, so yes. And goes back to doing his work.
So the three that I saw were halflings.
Yeah, the three that you saw further down in the like dimly lit booth, there were 3 halflings. Yes, and Gogglefogger is a gnome, and his 2 assistants are human and half-orc.
Okay.
Yes, and you got the name Josie.
Do you have any issues with potentially 3 well-dressed halflings?
Can you, Josie, Michelle, please take care of this for you. And the two assistants, yes, Professor! And they're like, the professor really doesn't like being bothered, but I'm sure if you ask, maybe that guard bird, fellow, he seems very tough and knowledgeable and serious. And maybe he would know. Maybe that will help, perhaps? Yes, sorry, we just came here from... Professor Orryn doesn't normally let us out of the laboratory, so this is our first time on the edge of the verse, and it's quite...
Well, can you at least tell us when he plans to give his presentation?
I think shortly. Usually when he's at this level of frantic, it's almost ready.
I
Got
see. Well, does he need anything from us to just hang around?
Professor? And they look over at him, and he doesn't look up from working on his stuff.
Oh no, he's in the zone.
Yes, he does this.
Well, do you all want a daiquiri? They're starting to warm.
Yes.
Ah, man.
Do you drink?
Yeah, if it doesn't kill me, I'm just gonna store it in my finger.
Understandable.
Okay. Lucian, is this actually a drink, or is it something
It's actually
we need
a drink.
Okay.
Regular drink.
I was willing to take that gamble. I was like, either way, I win. It's because Gabe wins or Zion. I forgot my name. Zion wins. Somebody wins.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Summer, once you were finished, like, talking to the Nautilid, you said you kind of, like, moved away, right? Did you perhaps move further into the room?
Yeah, getting a bigger view of everyone around.
Yeah. So you definitely see this cluster of people, as well as the two. Like, it is very clear at this point that this is the professor's table, and these are, like, you know, he is surrounded in, like, papers and mechanical doodads and things, and all that sorts of jazz.
And the group is still there. Khione and Zion and them. Are they still around the table? Or have they moved away?
I think they were just sharing drinks.
Were you
I feel like they were standing and doing this, because they did not say otherwise.
Just drinking right in front of the professor. He doesn't care.
He does not notice, I promise you. The professor is in the zone.
I will mosey my way on over to this large grouping of people and peek over. I can't peek over anybody's. You all are probably tall. I peek through you guys. I should mention, Dr. Summer, when in her normal form, is approximately 4 feet and 5 inches tall. So, not a tall gal. So I just peek around, like, through, like, an opening between you guys, and I'm just like, so what are we doing over here, guys? I might even, like, form my body so I'm able to, like, look through them, go through the thing, and just be like, hey, what's going on here, guys?
Oh, hey there. We're just drinking daiquiris.
Shockingly true.
Shockingly true.
It
Well,
could
I'm
have
not-
been poison.
I'm not drinking a daiquiri. I don't drink.
How old
Who
are
are
you?
you?
I'm Dr. Summer. It's nice to meet you.
Who were you asking that question to?
Khione. Is Khione canonically a child?
No. She's not a child. She is an adult that does not get out much. But like she's of drinking age.
And who are you lot?
I'm
Diet.
Khione.
Lucian.
Hello, Khione. Hey, Lucian. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
I imagine we're just having this conversation right next to the professor, who's like,
Absolutely. 0 fucks given.
While y'all are having these nice introductions, you hear... I have everyone's sheets up. Let me just look at everyone's passive perception real quick.
Pretty sure it is garbage.
Mine is all right.
Yeah. Zion and Khione. Zion. Sorry, I'm like...
that's a Khione Hearts thing.
My perception is 0. But I think I made that obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. So Zion and Khione, you hear like a crumbling, crinkling sound, almost of something falling, and scattering, kind of like tink, 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 tink. And then all of you hear a shriek. And can I have everyone roll perception? Ooh, boy. So.
That one comes in. Hold on, I got this. What? Well, that's 14. It could have been worse.
Oh boy.
I have never claimed to be able to roll well. I just expect awful rolls from me always.
Okay, so you all hear the shriek. That much is clear. The moment before that happened, Khione and Zion, you heard something falling. But you are all able to look over in the direction of the shriek, as it is very, very clearly, evidently coming from the table with the beautiful lady playing cards with the dwarf. And Zion, you see the dwarf open up his jacket and pull out a gun and level it in the direction of Professor Gogglefogger. And that's where we're gonna take a break. Whee!
No!
Oh.
No!
Yeah, everyone, we're gonna take a break. Get up, do a stretch, get yourself a drink. Don't forget to hydrate. We're gonna take 10 minutes to do the same, and then when we get back, we will see what these folks want to do about what only one of them just saw.
I have a plan.
Thanks, everyone. We will see you back here in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hi everyone, we are back. How's it going? How was your break? Hope you did a hydrate and a stretch. Don't forget, sometimes we sit in our chairs in long times and you need to remember to do a little stretch because sometimes you forget. So, we went to the break at a very boring moment. Nothing was really happening. Like, nothing. No, I'm kidding. Two of you, I think it was Khione and Zion, you heard like tinkling, and as you turned around, you would have seen kind of like speckles and like rust and things coming down from the ceiling. Everyone heard a scream. So those of you, I would say Khione and Zion, who heard the tinkling, you would also have seen that the scream was coming from the beautiful human woman at the gambling table. And that she actually spilled her drink on herself, it seemed, maybe, in the process. And Zion, you were able to catch with your sharp eye that the dwarf that she was gambling with, the grumpy-looking old dwarf, seemed to pull from inside his jacket out a rather large gun and start to turn and aim it towards... in the direction of the professor. Can I get initiative rolls, please?
As a ranger, I have advantage on initiative.
Nice.
From a second level feature that I can't remember the name.
Okay.
Let me make sure. So I make sure.
I'm just reading, don't mind me, just making sure this isn't the one.
Just reading. That's good. That's
Natural
good, that's
Explorer. Yes, advantage on initiative. Okay.
I'm just gonna assume no.
It's a 5. I have advantage.
Oh, you have
I didn't
advantage.
roll
You
the
have
second
advantage.
one.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm like over.
21.
Oh my god.
So I roll 2.
Yeah. Roll initiative. Everyone's rolling initiative. It's to see because you are now in like this momentary, like all this stuff is happening all at the moment, and we're gonna see who has the kind of quickest reaction time to it.
Not me.
Yeah. So it's Zion, and then and then and Lucian. Okay. So yeah, what does Zion do? Clearly you're going first.
So, Jess, you remember remember when we played Tales from the Loop? And it was Raining Men? I pull out my microphone and I look at the dwarf.
Hey, you, mister, what's going on? Can I sing you a song?
and I'm gonna just focus on them and start moving towards them and bring as much attention to them as possible.
I'm so happy.
Yes. 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 Okay. That was amazing. Yes. We also got a tip, so someone's gonna get advantage. Gabe, since you just did that miraculous song, can you roll a d4, please?
You got it. That's a 3.
3. That is PB. You have advantage. You have.
Thank you. I'll definitely need it.
That was appropriate. Perfect. Okay, so you sing this song, and I mean, everyone in this bar's eyes had turned to this table, and we're probably looking at like the screaming. But now I feel like the majority of eyes shift and look at this Vect and their amazing, beautiful voice.
I am trying to position myself between the professor and this person.
And because you have done that, I'm gonna say the next thing in the initiative order runs past you. So something jumps off the table and kind of, actually, I don't know if it reaches you yet. It probably actually starts making its way towards the professor. And that's its whole movement. That's its whole action, I'm going to say. Khione, I believe you were next.
Yes, I am, which is cool. So from underneath Khione's cloak, she's going to pull out this really long, I say really long, but it's not really long. It's about that's tall as she is. This long staff. Looks like a big old fork, but there's a very nice, like, pinkish purple gem sitting between the tines of the staff, if you will. She's going to level it at the dwarf and ready an action to fire. Meanwhile, kind of, she's gonna back up towards the professor. So she's ready to fire at the dwarf if he makes any sudden movements, but also she's putting herself in a protective place between. She's gonna try and crowd the professor into the booth.
That makes perfect sense. Then I'm gonna say from that vantage point, you also see something hop down from the table.
The table where he is, or another table?
Sorry, you see something where there was the like tink 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 from the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
The scream, and then the gun being drawn. You see a flash of blue.
Okay.
As something hops down from the table. Next up is Lucian.
All right. Well, Lucian, identifying the threat and quickly shifting through his bag, pulls out a bomb. Are they are they in a group, or is it just one of them, or?
The human woman who screamed is at the same table as the dwarf that you probably now see has the gun out. And if you can see the dwarf, you can also see if that is within your line of sight, if you think you saw that, now that everyone is looking in that direction. Although, I mean, you did just hear a mean riff being pulled beside you, just saying. Yeah, I think your attention would have, because Zion did bring everyone's attention to, like, the dwarf, like, did call it out. So I think everyone, even people who didn't roll very well in their perception, would now, you know, have that moment to think. And something hops down from the game table that they were playing, like, a card game at.
Okay.
And it is moving towards you.
All right, so it's moving towards us with that. So with what's moving towards us, he throws a bomb
Okay.
directly at them of teleportation.
Ah.
And where they go, nobody knows. He throws it in order to switch their current position to just aiming directly at them and the professor.
Okay. Do you have a roll for that?
Let's see. I gotta make sure I read this one. So no, that's one of the ones I have.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what you're talking about. I'm going to pull
Yeah.
up my. I don't have my Alchemist.
I'm pulling it up too. I'm like, wait,
I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling up the Alchemist stuff specifically. Oh no. Oh,
Deals
gosh
no
dang.
damage, opens rift in space instantly.
Okay. Okay, well, roll me where you're throwing it, like, kind of at the table.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me your attack, then, because you need to accurately throw this.
All right. So which one would be attack? Just to make sure.
You
Okay.
should be able to...
Click on bomb.
Yeah. Click on
Alright.
bomb.
All right. So I threw one of those.
Okay. How large an area does this teleportation make? Is my question.
It should get the whole table and those around it, ideally.
Okay.
Wait.
So
Others may be affected. It's for science.
this is amazing. I love this. I'm just trying to determine how much stuff is about to disappear.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, this is. I love
want
this.
People
Thank you.
in the bar to not be paying attention to Lucian, so they think that my singing somehow made people teleport away.
Oh my
These songs
god.
they teleported.
Oh my
Power
god.
of music. Beware of his vocals.
The power of music compels you. This is so good. I know that your bombs have like a 5-foot radius, but I'm not sure about the teleportation one specifically. So I was just trying to pull it open. Does it say the area that it affects?
Let's see. So it takes no damage, so rift. No, it doesn't even say.
Oh, Jess, you're the boss. Remember?
I
Yep.
know. Okay.
you.
Okay. You're right. Okay. I'm going to say, for science. Chat is shouting for science because you.
For science. We'll
For
see what
science.
happens.
Science.
Like,
Okay.
I wonder how this will work out.
Yep. Okay, so you throw a bomb pretty accurately at this table, and definitely the whole table disappears. And I think this makes things come a lot clearer to you visibly, as well as the dwarf is the next in initiative. So this table, this huge table full of cards and money. That was, full of money.
Oh,
Because they were gambling.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's good. You love it when your money table disappears. So,
The power of music.
yeah, this table absolutely disappears, and you get a clearer picture that there is a small, fuzzy, blue creature running towards the professor's table right now, and the dwarf is leveling a gun at it, and just shouting, shoot it, get that stupid thing! And takes a shot, actually, probably, at this tiny, fuzzy blue creature that is running towards...
Does it have little red shoes?
Does it have little red shoes? No. It is, however, carrying,
What?
it is carrying a small,
Ring.
like, dial with a switch and some wires hanging out. And
Is it
this,
holding
it's
a
a
dead
small
switch?
ring. What? It's coming to propose to you. It's holding a golden ring in its hand.
The ultimate smooch friend.
Ultimate smooch.
It was this small foot. Oh my god, yeah, it was Stitch all along coming.
Oh no!
Is Stitch holding a dead switch? What the hell do they have?
Stitch is holding a duck
Grenade.
switch.
Oh my god.
Oh, he definitely misses. Okay, so he takes a shot and just hits the floor. I think you just disappeared this table, so this dwarf is now off balance. And he goes to, like, he is shouting, he is upset at this creature that is running with some tech in its mouth. And he's shouting, shoot it, shoot it! And, like, just falls almost forward, probably, like, stumbles forward, because you just disappeared the table that he was, like, leaning on. And he probably, I would say he probably, like, you know, stumbles forward a little bit and just shoots the ground right in front of himself, actually. As this small blue creature is running towards all of y'all. Yeah. So, Dr. Summer, you are next.
I will take this opportunity to stretch my arm out to the professor and like do a little like slap and be like, Professor, I think it's time to move. Professor, it's time to move, Professor. Let's go. Time to get up. And I'm just like trying to drag him out of the booth to get him to fucking get out of here.
Do you have a move for this, or are you pulling me a strength roll right now?
I am very, gently, aggressively trying to get this professor to get out of his stupor and move and run. But I will encourage him by trying to pull him. I'll do that. I'll do a roll.
Okay. Yes, give me a roll.
Just straight strength, you think?
What? Say it again?
Straight strength? Do you think
Yeah.
straight strength?
I mean, you can use athletics or agility if you explain how.
Let's see. Do I even have agility on this thing? 9. So, I am going
probably.
I'm going to like stretch my arms out and give, after a little slappy slap, I'm gonna go around and like try and just tug him out.
Mhm.
And kind of like, when you're at an IHOP after a long night and trying to take your friends out to throw them in the car. My arms are a little wibbly wobbly, so sometimes it doesn't work out great,
That's
But
that's
I
okay.
think the intention is there.
Yeah, no, you had a plan. You acted on it. Maybe because the assistants are still somewhat in the way, so maybe you grab him and do a little tug, and he just hits one of his assistant, and maybe they come falling out ever so slightly, but he's
I'm
still
like, what are you
somewhat-
doing? Get out of the way. There's
In the booth.
don't you see Sonic coming this way? Let's go.
Sonic now canon in the Dark Matter universe. Yep. I was pulling up Sonic's stats.
I would love if you just had like a folder on your computer of just random popular characters with just D&D stats, just ready to go whenever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay. So you've definitely, I don't think the professor was previously. So you go and you do this slap. He's like, huh? What? And you kind of just like slap him right across the face and go to give him a tug, and him and the assistant fall out of the booth, I'm gonna say. So now there's 2 people puddled on the floor in front of you. And that brings us... Is there anything else with your turn?
Just more yelling at the assistants for being in the way.
Fair enough. Okay. Zion, what are you doing? Oh no!
Oh my god, I thought he was.
I thought you were frozen! Did you do that
I
on
thought you were too.
purpose?
You had me fooled. I was like, did he freeze? Is it lightning?
I was just thinking.
Well, because we lost you
Blinked and I was
earlier
like, oh,
tonight.
Jesus.
Oh no.
No,
You
I
were
was just very
so-
still because I was reading my dark matter stuff.
That's amazing.
Okay. So, where is the current state of not Sonic?
Probably like 20 feet in front of you,
Okay,
making a
okay.
quick run towards you.
And I can reasonably assume this thing is probably dangerous.
Roll me nature
Sure.
or technology.
Ooh. Okay.
It's up to you.
Let's do technology. I'm better with that one. Made a macro for that.
Ooh.
You
Oh, that's a
may
10.
roll. It has
If I
some
can't
technology. It has some tech. You notice it has some technology in its mouth. It's definitely eating some technology and running towards you. Hang on, I was gonna.
So probably at that moment, Zion's like his face, like with the pieces, it almost like folds out, and there's more like an LED screen there instead. And then there's just 2 red lines, and then like an X for the mouth. And he says,
Threat detected. Danger.
and he'll press a button on the side of the mic, and it actually switches and extends a little bit to become a rifle, and he's just gonna fire at this thing.
Yep, that's fair. This is what you're looking at.
Oh, it's cute. I'm gonna kill it.
Oh, that's exactly what I thought it was.
Oh,
That looks exactly like a Space Sonic.
Space Sonic. Sponic. I'm
This
here
is
for it.
this is your Space Sonic that y'all are.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire at it.
absolutely
Shoot it.
And I don't
destroy.
trust it.
Go for it. Have fun.
So
That's
cute.
a
I can't wait till it
15
dies.
to hit.
Yeah, I can't wait until we kill it.
15. In order to get, listen, the picture and the stats were not in the same place, so I like went. It was more important to me that I get the picture than the stat. Oh yeah, you hit it. Roll me damage. Oh
That
yeah,
is
that hit.
14 thunder damage.
Oh yeah. You explain to me how you fry this tiny blue techno squirrel.
So becomes the rifle, and he like lifts it up, aims, and then pulls the trigger, and then there's just a concussive force of energy that shoots out, and probably like that cartoon like kind of just fries this thing. And then he'll switch his rifle back to a microphone.
And that's how you do it.
Oh no, I love it so much.
Oh, the dwarf from where he like toppled forward when Lucian teleported his table, is just like, yeah, you got those stupid heckin' things. I hate those. They come in, they eat your tech, they mess with everything. Those stupid. Wait, where did our table go? Hey, where's all our credits? Do. Hey, go ahead.
Maybe the piece of tech that the swirl was eating poofed your table.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, actually. I wonder where it's at, too.
What? How did it you're saying that dumb thing had a whole heckin' teleportation? What? It did. What?
Anything's
Those were-
for science. Anything.
We can only fathom the mysteries of the tech that the swirl had.
Too bad we'll never know.
Oh man, all right. Like that was my heckin'. Looks. Oh, hey Carmen. I guess we don't get to finish our game. I guess. Help me up, will ya? And she is too busy like cleaning herself off, and is like, oh yes, of course, and like helps him up. Well, at least that's another round of cards I didn't lose. Technically, we didn't get to the end there. I didn't lose. I don't owe you no credits for that one. I just want to say, that one's on the Thwirl, really. So, that's, not my fault. And, yeah, she just... Yeah, you see this woman, after helping him up, is just covered in a drink that fell on her when the Thwirl knocked over their table. So you have a professor and an assistant on the ground. You have a dwarf and a drink-covered human woman. What are y'all doing after frying this innocent creature?
I'm gonna
innocent
help.
that they were stealing.
I'm gonna
I'd like
help up
to eat
the
it.
professor and his assistant.
I thought you said you don't eat!
I don't. I just store things inside of my body. I don't have bodily fluid to digest them. I just want to put it in my mouth.
Oh, it's like having a dog.
Because
No.
then if I put it inside of my mouth, I can also put the technology inside of my mouth. And then it's
That's-
safely away from other people.
And it's not just Gabe doing a weird thing.
Okay, okay.
Yep, sure.
I mean, you fried it really good, so it's like, there's like a little bit of like fur and like a little bit of like Thwirl ash and skeleton. If you want to scoop it up, and we have a song in Canada that goes, "Don't you put it in your mouth." And I just feel like your character needs this song right now.
I'm American.
I know. Well, I'm gonna send you this song for future reference. Yeah, okay, so Zion is putting some roasted Thwirl in his mouth. What's everyone else doing?
Continue.
I'm-
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I continue to yell at the assistants, and I say things like, and if this were a real situation in which the professor had to leave the situation to be safe, you would have been in the way. You need to remember there are safety protocols, not just in the lab, but also in here. So next time, make sure you keep your exit lane free so the professor can get in and out quickly.
The half-orc assistant looks up at you, bursts into tears, and goes running out of the room.
You did a great job there. A+. Fantastic.
I do agree.
Wait, what was more?
I think maybe might have been a little too harsh as I help up the professor.
Would it have been too harsh if the professor were dead right now? All because some assistant was in the way?
I mean, I think also that might... Yes, it still would have been. Because then she would have failed in her duties, and then also the professor would have been dead, and then you would have yelled at her, and that just would have made everything so much worse.
You know, you have to learn somehow. You can't find good lab assistants, so you gotta train them sometimes.
Maybe I should offer her a daiquiri. I've been holding these remaining two for the past 20 minutes. Yeah, I was just wondering, but anyone care for it? They're a bit warm at this point, but...
What did you do when you threw the bomb? Did you just like throw it in the air, throw the bomb and catch it again?
I tossed it up, tossed the bomb, and grabbed it. You know, science.
You know,
Anything's possible with science. Daiquiri.
you are the worst GLaDOS.
Or the best.
Or the best.
No one's died yet. Well, no one.
No one.
Well,
But
squirrel.
it sounded more like
This is a weird question. Jess, can I just like move it to my stomach area?
I
have bones.
don't know
Yes, you're in charge. You can say no. I'll just
Vect
keep it in my throat.
anatomy that well.
You have an esophagus pipe.
Yeah, would you say, do you store things in your robot tum-tum very often?
Oddly enough, probably as a spy, yes. So if people search my person, they're not going to search my belly.
Then yes, I would say you can keep the roasted squirrel in your robot tum-tum.
I do that weird like bird thing where they like.
I like hit you in the back. I'm like, are you okay? Are you just...
I think so. Oh, I don't like. Yes.
some percussive adjustments there?
Yeah, that one doesn't happen normally. It only. We can talk about that later.
Are we all okay? Was anybody hurt by this? By that throw?
Pretty
No.
fine. You made it well.
We see Khione puts her staff back into her cloak.
Yeah, at this point, I think the woman, like, brushing herself is like, yeah, fine, welcome to Port Nomad, I guess, and, like, goes stomping out of the room. As she does, the dwarf also goes like stomping over to the bar, just like, back in my day, we had to keep those things out, and just like goes off like complaining, like puts his blaster away, and the you see the Avia-Ra guard get up, like he was about to go over to the dwarf, and then when the dwarf grumbles and sits himself down at the bar, the Avia-Ra kind of like nods and sits back down at the bar as well, but now watching the dwarf. Because he did just level a gun. But...
He did.
Yep. But I don't think that was the weirdest thing that just happened, you see. So based on that... the professor gets up, yes, guard, thank you for clearing the lane, I believe is what you said, so that I may escape, but I am going to sit back down now, as I have still some work to do. I'm almost ready. We are almost ready to begin. We will begin soon, but where did my assistant go?
I think they just went to go compose themselves after almost killing you.
They did what now?
Over exaggeration.
The composing self or almost killing him.
The almost killing part.
Okay, yes, because I think the composer is an understatement. I think they went to go cry.
Yes, I did see some tears.
Yes. Salty like a daiquiri. Missing out. Well, some.
Need to adjust my formula. Yes, daiquiris.
They'll be fine probably, but they had a very harsh talking to, and went and cried.
Are you projecting your emotions, Khione?
No.
Yes. Ha 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 ha.
It builds character. They'll be better from this.
Don't have feelings.
Did you say pets don't have feelings?
I said Vects don't have feelings, but also I said nothing. And I'm
don't know that.
I'm gonna go see about the assistant.
If we don't have feelings, then at least we don't hurt others. Ha 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 ha.
Stop making sense.
Yeah, as you go off, the human assistant actually is bringing the half orc who went running back in. Like, no, it's okay. Of course you wouldn't have done. No, yes, that Amoeboid did yell at you, but I'm sure it's fine. Let's go back, and like the assistants give you a wide berth, Dr. Summer. And this time they proceed to both sit on the opposite side of the professor instead of sitting with him.
I give them like a good job. Using our brains now.
Yes. And while they are sitting back down, the professor actually gets back up and starts to go over to the stage and seems to be fiddling with something. And then which of you... I'm gonna look at your stats really quickly. Which of you has the highest technology?
Oh, not me. That's
Mine is
an
4.
text and intelligence skill, right?
I might.
It might be Lucian. What about Dr. Summer?
My tech? I don't know. I only have intelligence.
Okay. All right. Lucian, having heard you say science many, many times at this point, the professor calls you over. Excuse me. I need your help with something, please. Please, a moment of your time. Come over here, please. I need some assistance. I am having trouble with this device, and points to like the screen that they need to put their presentation on.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Professor. I'd love to help. What do you need? I can fix this.
It is not working. I need it to show. I'm going to present my blueprints for my great invention. I need it to work. This is not my normal... This sort of technology is not what I normally work with. Do you have any suggestions?
Sure, just let me look at it. Solution reaches out to tinker it. It's unfamiliar to him, but he's worked with plenty of technology before.
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll tech?
Roll tech.
All right, roll technology. Is that good?
That's not super good, but so I'm gonna say that this takes you a little bit of time. You kind of look at this, you like go around, you're like, you said this isn't your normal, this is one you normally work with. You do like potions and like alchemy and like all this sort of stuff. But you were also shouting about science. So you do know like the scientific method. You're like, okay, like let me just take this step by step. Let me like look at this. You go around to the back of it, okay, it's plugged in. You go around to the front of it, and it seems to be flashing. And then as you press the button, the flashing stops, and as you press it again, it turns on, and it's almost like you just needed to turn it off, and then turn it back on again?
This is too close to real life. It's like, yeah, it works. There you go, Professor. You know.
Yes, wow, thank you. I don't know, what would I do? This is certainly, you know, I am glad that I have brought you all on board to help me with this, not only, but yes, if you could go, the safety is really of importance here. That's, I will continue to work on this, if, all of you will continue to make sure this place is, there's already seemed to have been some hubbub that has happened. I don't... Is everything going to be okay?
Yeah, it's just something about teleporting tables and crying people, but it'll be fine. Don't worry. Keep your work going.
Teleporting table... No. Oh,
Minor
all right,
details.
all right. Okay, all right. And then, yeah, he kind of shakes his head and goes back to what he was doing then. After you fix this equipment for him. What are you all doing?
Well, Lucian, a bit close to the professor, tries to get a peek at his notes. See if he can catch anything going on. Maybe he can identify a couple things.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna uncomfortably reach into my mouth and grab whatever the not Sonic Thorial thing had, the little piece of technology it had. Because it was holding something with circuitry and stuff.
Yeah. The piece of circuitry that you pulled out from it. You pull it out, and it seems there's actually not a lot remaining of it. You know that Thorals eat tech. It literally has chomped through most of this. There's like half of a casing, and somewhat of a button and a few like wires, but it looks like this was just literally like a dial. Like this could have been a volume, or like it's just a swirly, you know, the technical term for things that spin in a circular fashion. It doesn't seem to be super important.
Put it back in there.
Put it back in.
Like,
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Lucian, do you want to... I think you want to, like, look at his notes, the ones that are on the... like, with him on the stage? Okay. Roll me a... Are you trying to pick these up to look at them? Are you trying to...
Get like a glance, see what I can see what the big hubbub is.
Okay, investigation.
All right. Oh. Well. Oh, man.
He sees you trying to look, and he's like, not yet, I'm not ready. Almost there. Ready, we'll be ready in a second. We'll be ready very soon, I promise. Just go ahead and, you know, make sure things are safe first, and then I'll be ready momentarily.
All right. Well, then Lucian goes down the stage and goes to sit down and say, I wonder if I can calculate where that table went. Genuinely curious. So he starts writing out theories and such based on this bomb he threw.
All right. Is there anyone else in the bar y'all would like to talk to?
Khione is actually going to go to the other Avia-Ra.
All right.
And because it intrigues her, and she will kind of sidle up to him and say, so are you how do I say this? Why were we faster than you?
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's it. You didn't do anything. Or at least we were faster than you. And you, like, I mean, you look all big and powerful and super cool looking Avia-Ra guy, right? And like, why were we faster than you?
All of that happened in a moment, and it was not a real issue. It was a thwirl. Do you want me to brandish my scepter for every thwirl that enters? Because, you know, there are a lot of thwirls here.
I'm just saying, if it could have been a real, like, she's like remembering what Dr. Summer, she's taking Dr. Summer's quotes. And she's like, well, I mean, it was just a swirl, but it could have been something a lot worse than a swirl, and you just need to be on your guard, you know? And she's like, I have a pen in my hand that I'm fiddling with, and now she's fiddling with the pen in her hand. So yeah, you just, I mean, it could have been...
Did you just read what was in the chat? Is that why you're laughing right now? Yeah, he cuts you off and is just like, you know what? You're new here? There is a lot that goes on here. There are a lot of weapons, and I absolutely intend to keep an eye on them, and perhaps you're right. Perhaps I could have reacted sooner. You know, we definitely do have an issue. I will definitely go over and talk to Ceridan. Ceridan! We have to talk about that gun. We're gonna be talking about that. Like, and he looks over at the dwarf. It's like, And Ceridan just, like, shouts something, like, probably swears ever. And, you're right. I could have reacted faster, but you're going to find here on Port Nomad, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to follow, and my concern is the Professor, and I don't think the Professor was about to die from Thwirl attack. He is quite alright. I will go do a round, and speak to Ceridan.
Okay.
But were you not tasked with guarding him? My understanding was that he had hired several guards.
Yeah.
I am here to take care of the port itself, and that includes everyone.
Okay, so you're not just to guard him, you're to guard all of us.
Well, yes. That is...
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
And he kind of, like, just nods at you and then goes over to speak, and you hear, like, some arguing then between him and the dwarf who you now know is named Ceridan.
I take his seat.
There's a few drinks at it, actually.
I ignore them largely, but I take
Yeah.
a seat.
Fair enough. What's Dr. Summer doing?
Dr. Summer is. Let me look at the list of people in here.
Oh no.
it's
Look at the list of people inside of me. Is that what you were saying?
No, it's not at this
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, you're a binder, so that's also a possibility.
You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go out and see if I can catch the woman who was playing with the dwarf who ran out just full of drink all over her.
If you pop your head outside, you will see that, as I said, Port Nomad is actually quite large, so there's a whole city outside, and it's fairly, like, if you poke your head outside, it is fairly open, and you do not see her. Like, she seems to have, like, left this whole section, and there's just a big empty street for the most part down this way. Everyone that seems to have had a purpose of being here is inside the bar, and everyone that doesn't is off doing other things that they're off doing. So she is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, I guess she really did leave. Huh. Interesting. Guess she didn't want to listen to the speech.
Yeah. And speaking of the speech, you hear like a tapping on a microphone, even though there's not really anything there. Excuse me. Hello. Yes, I am ready. Is everyone? And you see people like shuffling and kind of like moving over to the seats where there was only that one Amoeboid sitting excitedly at the seats before. People are actually like starting to come over, leave their tables, and make their way towards where the professor is setting things up. You can see the screen is like lit up. It is now working thanks to Lucian's amazing technological skills. And people are grumbling and kind of listening, and well, some people are excitedly coming up. Some people are clearing what they're doing. I'm gonna do a dang. That. Womp. So you hear him kind of clear his throat, and he actually goes quickly over to the table where he had all his stuff, and he seems to get on like kind of a backpack. He seems to put on this large mechanical device. He straps it across his shoulders, and he's kind of mumbling to himself, kind of getting it ready and kind of like nodding as he fiddles with things. And the other people around the room kind of do a mix of like either everyone is either paying attention or coming over, all those sorts of things. All the other people gather for the speech that he is prepared. And so he makes his way back up on the stage and faces out towards sort of the crowd, and there's There's a bunch of little things behind him, but he mostly seems concerned with this backpack, and he gives the audience a nod, and he pushes a small button on the device in front of him, and there's an awkward pause for a moment, and nothing kind of happens for a second, but then there is a soft whirling, and all at once, in the bar, a burst of light comes out of the device, and you see just a star map projected across the bar. And as it kind of moves, it actually seems to get everyone's attention. It actually looks oddly beautiful, filling up and showing a view of the verse. A few people actually gasp at this big display, and he seems pleased by that. He kind of like wiggles his eyebrows and says, all the known universe, so beautiful, it's enough to make your goggles fog. And when there is no response from the audience, he kind of like clears his throat. Yeah. Well, you know. Huh! And clears his voice and starts again. Our civilization has redefined the word impossible millions of times, and yet only until now, only with my technology, with gnomish technology, the technology of my people, could we finally traverse the dead magic zones. While the governments on Neblion will never agree to my stance on this, it is my firm belief that all races, all civilizations, deserve the chance to access the many worlds within the dead magic zone. And that is precisely why I have created the Tefla Matrix, a technology that projects a field allowing magic in zones where magic has always said to have been impossible. And he does kind of like a flourish, and several people in the crowd kind of like start clapping, except for Cyrodiil, the dwarf who you saw grumpily go over to the bar, who actually starts booing. And Captain Lysander, the Nautilid, actually stomps over to him, and you hear them starting to have some words. There actually seems to be a bit of a scuffle happening over there, but the professor doesn't let this stop him. He clears up, he speaks a little bit louder almost, trying to like regain attention from the audience. Please, my friends, I know that change can be frightening. I know that expanding our interstellar boundaries will bring about its own challenges. It's only by working together, though, that we can make the best of a new future. Make the most of the Tefla Matrix potential. Give me a chance to show you what we can change dreams into reality. And he presses a button, and the star map kind of vanishes. And so the room kind of returns to the kind of soft purple color it was on before. And behind him, the number 20 shows on the screen. And he kind of does another like sweep, and he pulls a lever on his backpack that's strapped to him. And a cloud of fog begins to drift out, and it's rolling across the floor, and it's like looking pretty dramatic. And behind him, the number 20 is now 19, and then 18, and then 17. He says, "Behold!" And he exclaims, gesturing back at the screen. And he says, "The schematics, my blueprint. The first ever Tefla Matrix, small enough to fit into a Corvette-sized vessel." And at this point, the crowd is kind of starting to like mutter. And the number behind him is now 10.
Khione is visibly concerned.
All right. Does anyone do anything? The crowd is confused. The professor is starting to like look at everyone and why they're not looking.
Is there supposed to be a timer?
A timer, and he turns around and looks. Those aren't my schematics. And the number is now 4, 3, 2.
I
And
was
that's
one.
where
I
we'll
was
cut
one.
for this week.
I was ready to react.
No, wait.
I was ready to react. Well, next week.
No one said anything. So
Well,
I was ready. I was
somebody
like,
said
where
You just gotta have it like, well, it's okay. We're
I
about
thought
to
it was
die.
just dramatic. I thought
Me too. I thought it was gonna be something exciting. I was like, oh, let's see what happens.
like, oh, it's a countdown. Everyone does countdowns nowadays.
It's
Countdown to schematics. Let's do this. Wait.
yeah, countdown to schematics. I like
I thought it
it.
was gonna be like a holograph thing.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
going to be another teleporting thing, and
Or we're
it's
just
going to
gonna,
be bad.
yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe confetti would have came out. Celebration.
Yeah, totally. Definitely. Totally confetti.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love it. It's perfect. Listen, y'all, that was great. Thank you all
Indeed.
for for that very awesome. Listen, we did it. We did a whole first heckin' episode. 2 of you have advantages to take with you into the next, for whatever purpose you might want them. You have some advantages. Just saying. And there's no problem here that we will deal with next week. So next Sunday, everyone, come hang out with us. Let's go around and say hello, goodbye to everyone. Please tell us who you are, where we can find you, and what sort of things you are up to. We will go in reverse order, starting with Gabe.
Hello, I'm Gabe James Games on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much anywhere else. This was a lot of fun. I have no idea where else it's going to go, but I am excited. You can find me on Twitter. I do digital and tabletop game design. I occasionally do voiceover work as well as some video editing and sound design. I'm working on a couple different things. I'm writing an adventure for a charity group. I am writing the mech, a portion of the mech stuff for the Dark Matter campaign that's up right now. I work with Roll20 on a show that's coming out in a couple weeks that is like a GM tips kind of show that I'm really excited about. That's a general overview. Yeah. That was fun. I'm glad we didn't die. And I'm going to keep that squirrel thing forever.
It's your new inside pet.
It's his inner familiar.
It's your...
I conjure familiar.
Electrified thrill.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Very, very
This
good.
is fine.
I'm gonna do
This
it.
is fine.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Gabe. That was awesome. PB! Hi, PB. How's it going?
Hi, it's going well. It's doing well. I'm PB. You can follow me at PB Plays Inside. I just kind of really am hanging out right now, not doing much except this show. But if you like Destiny and you're part of Justice community, come and join us on the Discord. We're becoming a big Destiny community, so come hang out. I'm there and leading people, new and old, through fun things.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you. Dave!
Hey, my name is Data Dave. It's Data Day with Data Dave, and I stream every single day at twitch.tv/Data Dave. You can find me Data Dave at most platform or Data Dave TV. I'm saying Data Dave like science, so you're gonna hear it about 5 more times a year. But for me, I stream plenty of games, Final Fantasy 14. Been addicted to Fall Guys. Also do voiceover, aspiration to be in more video games, animation. Got a few things this year. Already hit my goal way more than it, but I'm aiming for a lot more. And I'm a college professor, so I teach computer science and programming. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's about it about me.
Real life science. Wow.
Exactly.
Right? Suddenly everything makes sense.
Yeah. I love it. And it's perfect that you were the one to turn off the computer and turn it back on.
It's like, it's funny. I've been in that scenario, be like, it won't work. Then they call me. I'm like, click. Oh, it's on. We turned it back on. It works.
There you go. That's it. That's all. Perfect. You need some reality in your sci-fi. It's...
I'm here for it.
And Latia.
Me, I am Latia Jaquise at Latia Jaquise almost everywhere that I can have a username. Like I said, you can catch me on Rivals, well, our last episode of the season is next Sunday. So if you've got some time in the morning, come and watch whatever is about to happen. I have no idea what it is. Other than that, you can look for some writing projects that I have coming down the pipeline. I'm writing for the Fantastic Layers Kickstarter that I wrapped up a little while ago. And some other stuff that is coming down the pipeline. So keep an eye out on that. I also stream twitch.tv/Latia Jackis, although I haven't had much time for it lately, but I need to get back because I miss Final Fantasy X so much and I can't play it without my community. So that will be happening soon.
Awesome. Amazing. Oh, y'all were so good. I'm so excited to see more of your characters. Thank you all for being heckin' wonderful. Thanks so much, everyone who has hung out with us today for our very first session. We will be doing this every Saturday through August and September, so come hang out with us. If you are here hanging out already, I've put everyone's links over in the chat, and if you watch this later afterwards when I put it up on YouTube and clean out all the stuff and make it all nice and neat and pretty, I'll put everyone's links down below, so go find all these cool people and all the stuff that they are up to and go support them in everything that they do. I want to thank Roll20 for being heckin' awesome. And to Mage Hand Press, who makes this heckin' cool dark matter material. Please go check it out. The Kickstarter is still live now for a little bit longer, and you can push them through to the next level, which would be heckin' great. Dave, are you streaming? Should I just raid over to you?
Hey, that'll be smooth. That'll be
Okay,
smooth indeed.
We're gonna go raid Dave. So if you don't already follow him, you're going to now. Let's go heckin' raid Dave and show him some love. And in the meantime, all y'all stay safe out there, stay good. We heart your heckin' faces. And we'll see you soon for more games, hopefully. Bye, everyone!